Hey Libra, I hope that you're doing great today. We're going to do a reading for the new moon in Pisces, and this is going to be a chakra edition. So what you need to know about your chakras during this new moon in Pisces. Hi, hello Libra. It's me, Auntie Nicole. If you're returning or brand new, I thank you for being here. So let's look into this new moon in Pisces chakra reading. We're going to start with the base or the root chakra, see what the energy is and the advice. Libra, you've got judgment, perspective. Libra, I feel like during this new moon in Pisces, I really noticed this building and its similarities with honestly the White House, I feel, or even Colosseums, grand empires, okay? And I feel like I'm really noticing this person looking at the pillars and the entrance to this building. It seems like deep contemplation, a reverence, a questioning of your core beliefs even. Libra, I feel like during this new moon cycle, you could really be evaluating your core beliefs and what you trust, what you've been told to trust. This could represent even, like worship halls or governmental systems, ancient societies that maybe you have been blocked off from learning about. I feel like there is an awakening, because the judgment represents an awakening, new life. And something else that I notice is like the top of this building seems to be falling. And this person got out of that building just in time before that top. Maybe it's a steeple, maybe it's a balcony, who knows? But the top of this building, the part that reaches to the crown, is falling, right? And there's an angel above overseeing it, knowing that it is meant to be. It is what is right. Libra, I feel like during this Pisces new moon, you're really going to be leaning into the Pisces energy of spirituality, deep knowing, intuition, soul guidance, versus anything written or structured, anything that you've been told or coerced or forced into believing and trusting. You're going your own way, Libra, and this is shaking the foundation. But it has to happen, and it is what is right. Very, very interesting, Libra. Let's move into the sacral chakra. What is Libra's sacral chakra energy for Pisces season? Libra, ooh, Libra, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. Libra, it says luck. Now, your sacral chakra is your point of inspiration, your power, that it gives you the courage, power, and creativity that fuels your solar plexus chakra, right? So this Wheel of Fortune is turning luck into your favor. And I really notice this couple dancing here. I feel like that's significant. Maybe you're opening up to love. And now I'm really noticing there's like a jack-o'-lantern on her dress. Isn't that interesting? To me, I'm going to say this is a strong energy of supernatural connection. And I also really notice how this is 20 and 10. There seems to be completion cycles present in your energy. Libra, I feel like the tides are turning. I feel like there is a new romantic energy awakening within you, as well as a strong spiritual connection. I feel like having this recognition and perspective, this awakening in your root chakra that's making you question things, making you realize things that maybe you didn't see before, maybe you didn't understand before. I feel like, Libra, it's giving you new direction, new purpose, new confidence. Now I'm really noticing all of the constellations in the sky of this Wheel of Fortune card. You could feel a strong connection to astrology during this time period. Pisces does, enter that realm of astrology, the ocean, the vastness of space, and the unknown, right? So moving into Pisces season, I feel like you are stepping in a new direction. You're embracing maybe a more fun and lighter side of life, because something has been toppled with that Judgment card in your root chakra. Something is being toppled. Some tradition, some long-standing, what you thought was truth has been revealed as not, right? And you're making your own way. You're finding your own course. You're charting your own stars, Libra. Oh, I love that. You're turning the Wheel of Fortune with luck in your favor. Libra. So, as we move into the solar plexus chakra, you've got the Six of Wands with victory. So, Libra, you're standing strong. You're confident. You're beautiful. You're shining. Your personal power source, your solar plexus, is shining with victory and success, with public recognition, with honesty and truth, vibrancy. You're moving into this Aries season with strong protection also, because the Six of Wands, Six of Roses in this deck, is all about the warrior seeing success after the battle. Libra, I also really notice the red, white, and pink in the roses. Now, I feel like there's a strong emphasis on love and confidence when it comes to love, romance, even friendship, but we talked about the couple dancing on the Wheel of Fortune in your solar plexus. In your sacral chakra energy. And I'm really also noticing, the red and white. So that makes me think of Valentine's Day. Maybe something that happens around Valentine's Day is significant for your boost in confidence, for your faith in your personal power and strength, your ability to overcome challenges, difficulties, personal wars, the wars we engage with and other people, which I also feel like is connected to that judgment energy, that toppling of some core belief that needed to be realized for you to take your power back and turn the wheel of fortune in your favor. Libra, I am loving this so far. Aries season looks like a source of strength, a source of victory, a source of taking your power back. I like that. Now, Libra, let's move into your heart chakra. What is Libra's heart chakra energy? Libra, you've got the Prince of Roses. This is going to be the Knight of Wands, okay? You see how that Knight of Wands is holding out that rose? It's a gift. It's an opportunity. In your heart chakra, you are being given the opportunity, a protected one. You know, pink roses represent protection, beauty, friendship, love. I'm also really noticing these irises in the background. Now, I feel like as you move into the spring season, so probably when it starts moving into the new moon in Aries, you're going to be seeing the development of this shift in energy coming about in your real life, like in the physical realm. Libra, I also feel like with the Prince of Roses representing your heart chakra energy, there's this adventurous spirit, this brave, confident, exploratory vibe that makes you want to get outside of your comfort zone, try new things, meet new people. Libra, if you've been single for a long time, you may feel a new pep in your step. Even if you're not single, if you're connected in a relationship now, I'm going to say the passion is going to increase between you and your partner. There's going to be a newfound fire within you. Libra, I do feel a lot of romance or opening to romance, love, relationship, close connection, a warmth in your heart and in your sacral and solar plexus chakras. Maybe this awakening in your root chakra released some negative feelings that you were holding on to, some memories that were hard to let go of, some forgiveness that was hard to acknowledge or embrace. I feel like these foundations that are being shaken within you, within your core beliefs, within your trust, you know, your root chakra can represent what makes you feel safe, you know? So I feel like there's this awakening with this new moon in Pisces that will give you new perspective when it comes to love and relationships, a future of love and relationships in your life, a newfound strength of confidence, physical vitality also. There could be also a strong focus on your health, your skin, you know, things that make you glow, lots of hydration, you know, things like that, being sun-kissed, spending time in nature, you know. The suit of wands is where the spirit meets the physical, right? So there's this strong connection to the earth and your spirit in this awakening during the new moon in Pisces. So in your heart chakra here, there's an openness, an adventurous spirit, a desire for new horizons, new experiences, and the confidence to actually put yourself out there, right? With that Six of Wands in your solar plexus chakra, and your initiative to change your fate in your sacral chakra. I love that. Okay, Libra, let's look at your throat chakra energy during this new moon in Pisces. You've got the Four of Gems, the Four of Pentacles in your throat chakra. So you are speaking up for what is yours. It says possessiveness. What's mine is mine. I find it really interesting. In the influencing energy, you've got the Chariot with determination. There's a strong success. I want to say, you know, this year of the horse, the fire horse, you know, we have all of this wands too. Like, I just heard you're kicking ass and taking names. So when it comes to your throat chakra, you are not budging on what you believe to be true and right. Okay, so maybe this awakening that you have gives you the confidence to speak up on these things that you will not move on. These things, you know, you're not going to be pushed around when it comes to your boundaries. Emeralds might be significant. That's also making me think of the heart chakra with that Prince of Roses. There's a fearlessness that stems from your heart, and you are not afraid to speak for what you will not move on, for your boundaries, for what makes you feel safe, secure. Interesting. So Libra, during this Pisces new moon, you are using your voice. You're using your voice as a tool to keep things in line, to assert your boundaries, to stand up for what is right, to stand up for what is true. Now, Libra, we're moving into the third eye chakra, and in that chakra, you've got the Lover's attraction. Oh, the couple dances. They unite. Aww. And now look, the castle is built. It's no longer toppled over on the top. In your mind, you can see what connections are leading to equal reciprocation. I'm really noticing this butterfly there. And see the balance of the green and the blue. See, there's a balance between your heart chakra and your throat chakra. And because you recognize what's in your heart, speak up for it, you can see the true love that awaits you or that may be present in your life. Using your voice to speak up was necessary to have this union, to have equal opportunity. Now, when we think about the Lovers, it can represent, you know, like romantic love. But it can also represent choices that you have to make that lead you upon your divine path. So embracing this awakening, your personal power, your voice to stand up for what you believe in, having that confidence to use your voice. It is all leading you to this destiny of unity, love, honesty, truth, a divine path. And you can see it in your third eye. You know that it's true. The star is yours. I love that. So let's look at your crown chakra energy for Pisces season and the Pisces new moon. You've got the Hermit with introspection. Libra, with this coming out in your crown chakra, you've got a lot of major arcana here in your chakra energy. I feel like this is an important time period for you of recognizing your own strength, your own power, your own truth, your own path. Maybe the depth of Pisces season brings a lot of realization to you. There's this sense of having a strong connection to the divine when it comes to your crown chakra as well. You might really be in your mind, in your thoughts. And you see how this Hermit is right there next to the bird. You know, to me, that's reminded me of this bird in the Lover's card that was showing up in your third eye chakra. There's this connection to spirit. Maybe you have a strong connection to birds. Maybe you find yourself bird watching, noticing the birds as we move into the spring season here in the Northern Hemisphere. Libra, you've got a lot on your mind. You've got a lot to say. And it all stems from some great awakening that you experienced during this Pisces new moon. You feel a strong spiritual connection. And you are turning the wheel of fate in your favor for good luck and good fortune. And embracing your personal power. I really love this for you, Libra. I feel like Pisces season, it may be full of very strong emotions. But I feel like you are processing these emotions, communicating about them, and making use of them in a positive way. There's a strong depth of spirit also. There's a strong imagination. You know, Pisces season, Pisces rules the imagination, the dream realm, connection to spiritual practices such as divination. You know, you may be drawn to all of these things to make sense of the really deep thoughts and feelings that you experience that are giving you strength to embrace who you are. I really love that. Libra, I hope that you have enjoyed this new moon in Pisces chakra reading. You have a wonderful new moon cycle, and we'll talk next time.